It's been about 3 months or so since I first took over, and it has been I would say, a very interesting yet touching journey for me so far. Through my engagement, there are issues that have been raised, and there are those issues that I have started to work with. For example, I have visited many mosques. In fact, every week I'm at one of the mosques in Singapore. And I used to go to the mosque close to my home, right? And also close to my office, and also in my constituency only. But after helming it, I've been going around mosques across Singapore. And it has been a nice journey for me. I've met many congregants, the mosque management board, and I have sat down with them, prayed with them. I have also interacted and had dialogues with them, and they shared their aspiration with me. One thing I feel very at ease is that our community, we are able to go to the mosque across Singapore with a peace of mind and peace in our heart. They feel very blessed to have a wide selection of mosques. And also, wherever they are, when they are home, there are mosques close to their home. When they are working, there are mosques close to their workplace. And when they go about in their activities, there are mosques around them. Right? And I think these are some of the blessings that we have in Singapore, which I realized when talking to the Jama'ah, they shared this gratitude about living in Singapore. And they also shared what's happening around the world, whereby when you go to the mosque, it may not be a safe place. And when you go for your prayers, when you go out, you cannot guarantee that you can reach your home or workplace. So when I felt this, I realized that the Malay community, the Malay Muslim community, they have a very high sense of gratitude to what they have. And also there are those who raise issues like how we can expand, provide options to expand the space for prayer, additional prayer spaces. So I have been seriously looking at this, right? And I have also looked at how we can not only bring forward some of the works, but also bring forward the announcement of some of the mosques that on some of the facts about the mosques that we are building. For example, we are building Tampines North and also the mosque in Tengah. Right? So we have identified the site of the mosque in Tengah so that the community there can continue to work with the local mosque management board and see how it can plan in advance, and at the same time synergize the whole community in that locality together. And I'm also seriously looking at the location of the Tampines North Mosque, right? And also looking at how the Gufran MMB can help in the development of the Tampines North Mosque. And we have mosques, existing mosques that are being upgraded through the mosque upgrading program. And so we have mosques like the Al-Kaf Kampung Melayu, Ar-Rawdah and Darussalam. They are undergoing or going to be upgraded. So we are also looking at the temporary prayer places for them, right? So that we are able to provide that avenues for Jama'ah to adjust while the developments are some of the upgrading work being undertaken. And these are issues that are close to my heart. I understand that, especially for Friday prayers, right? We would like to do prayer with the space available. And I'm happy that a number of mosques are also undertaking the second shift, right? And people are feeling adjusting well. So these are norms that we may have to adjust so that while we continue to build, upgrade mosques, I think there are some adjustments that we need to make so that in terms of capacity, in terms of resources that we have, we are able not only to provide the prayer places, but also there are other needs of the community that we can spend on. But what is key is that we want to make sure that with the second shift, right, first shift, second shift, and then there are opportunities for us to expand as much as possible within the resources available. We'll do our best to cater for that. And the community also shared with me about their happiness with regards to the Islamic College, right? Whereby the Singapore College of Islamic Studies very much welcome, even as PM shared initially, and also in the recent sharing by PM at the NDR about the location, right, of the SCIS. And this is an aspiration that the Malay Muslim community has been looking out for. They aspire to have this, and they're getting closer to it. And we taking the first batch in 2028. So they are very excited how such development will help to enhance our religious sector, right? In enhancing the academic journey, knowledge, and also enhancing our quest to be better Malay Muslim in a context like Singapore. And this is something that I've been very privileged to be able to be involved when I met the advisory panel. As soon as I took on the role, where my first take was to sense how these experts, academics, esteemed ones, they have been in this sector for many years, how they view SCIS with regards to the global context of Islamic education. I'm very happy that they see SCIS not only as something that is a new area of how the development together with the activities, the academic activities of the students, the academics, as well as the wealth, the knowledge creation that can contribute to the development of Islamic teaching, Islamic life globally. And they see this as an opportunity to add to the traditional and contemporary Islamic education. And they hope that we will be very successful and the SCIS will become an excellent center, educational excellent center, not only in Singapore, but also across the globe. Right? So, and I feel very confident with the commitment of our Mufti as well as our Asatiza in Singapore, together with our cooperation with the esteemed academics around the world, we will be able to develop the SCIS to be an institution of global excellence. So this is something that we must continue to build. Now the site has been announced. What is key is we must continue the journey, making it a reality. And beyond this, there are issues like Singaporeans hoping for higher Hajj quota, right? And this is something that I have shared before, where even the Prime Minister, including me, as well as the rest of the ministers, whenever we meet our counterparts from Saudi Arabia, we would request for a higher quota. But this is something that the Saudi authorities will decide, right? But we will continue to appeal for fellow Malay Muslim Singaporeans because I understand the aspiration of each and every one of them. So looking at this beyond some of these issues, I've also been very fortunate to observe a very strong, I would say, positive need or aspiration of the organization wanting to partner me and my colleagues. These are the Malay Muslim organizations, the Indo Muslim organization, as well as informal groups. So when I went on the ground, they were very hopeful that they are able to play a part and they want to play a part. So I have been thinking very carefully how we are able to develop a framework, right, to do this, so that some of these organizations have been in existence before our independence, and they have their core activities, and they have been doing this for decades. Some are new, but they are able to be integrated with the whole setting. And there are some which are just informal group, but they are able to empower their members and be part of the journey. So this is where I would like to develop a platform at a broad level to galvanize not only the synergy, but also the resources that we have in this country of ours, and especially in developing the community. The landscape today has changed. In the past, we would have MUIS, Mendaki, Mesra, and also MMOs looking at areas of their core activities. But today, there are organizations that just have come out due to the same interests of the people, and which somehow on its own they are able to develop an ecosystem and contribute to the lives of their members. So working or developing things based on the past may not work in this new landscape. So while I go on the ground to continue to hear and listen to people, I also am thinking of how I can develop this new framework so that we can galvanize the resources and the synergies that we have in this new chapter of ours. And if we are able to do well, I'm confident we'll be able to provide that every individual to develop to be the best version of themselves, regardless of what setting they are in. So this is important. It's a journey that I will continue to take on. And what is heartwarming is that the community has shared with me that they want the community to be successful in their lives in Singapore. And they said that they will be reasonable. They understand at times it's not easy, but they want to be listened. They want me to speak for them. They want me to raise issues for them. Even not only at Parliament, but being in the government, they hope that I can raise this to the government. So they now have a better understanding that there are many channels available to raise issues, not only at Parliament, right? Whereby being in the cabinet, I have the opportunity to raise this with PM and the leadership of the government, and I have been doing that. And in fact, we have been doing that all these years, right? But now people better understand the avenues that are available. I think they appreciate what we have been doing. So the opportunities that have been given to go on the ground also help me to give me a chance to explain to the community what are the processes in place. Because I think, especially in social media world, maybe through some of the posting, then people realize that that is the only way someone could raise. But actually, in reality, every citizen has a chance to raise, not only to the local MP, to the any of the ministers, or even to the Prime Minister, and every single one will be looked at, right? But I want to assure our community that every single suggestion, views, when we look at, we will also take into account in our decision making. There are times whereby things that we take on, it dependent on the timing, on the landscape, so that what we want to do is for the betterment of not only a single community but the national setting, right? Because we live in a multiracial setting, and we want to make sure that every individual have a chance to be the best version of themselves. At the same time, we want to make sure we continue to grow as a multiracial, harmonious, peaceful, and yet successful community and society. And I will continue to reach out to my members of the Malay community, Malay Muslim community. And another thing that I will do in the months ahead is that I'll be visiting the different, the community in the different localities. So I'll be going to GRCs, different GRCs, or even SMC to meet the Malay Muslim community at the various settings. Sometime in coffee shop, sometime in the different areas, which I've already started going to the mosque, but I will do it at a broader level in the months to come. So this will give me a chance to meet many more and get me a better understanding what the community needs, aspiration, and how we can galvanize together stronger, being together, and also how we can continue to contribute to our nation building.